Hi dear friends and subscribers, welcome to the Cricket Happening Show with the news that England, the hosts of the ICC Champions Trophy 2013, have romped into the finals with an emphatic victory over South Africa after reducing South Africa to 175 all out. They were at one stage 80 for 8 and South Africa recovered to 175 thanks to a very good knock from David Miller, who remained unbeaten on 56 of 51 balls with 5 fours and 2 sixes, and 43 was the contribution from Rory Kleinveld. From 80 for 8, South Africa would have never thought that they would probably even come to probably 130, 140 runs, but here they are. They made 175. That was, as I said, thanks mainly to David Miller and Kleinveld partnership, which added 95 runs, which came in at 80 for 8 in the 23rd over, and they were there till the 38th over. But after the 38th over, after that partnership at 175 was finished and Kleinveld was out, Trotts was immediately out, and that was the end of the match. In the sense, that was the end of the South African innings of 175. But just talking through the story here, England were the ones who actually won the toss on a very, very muggy morning, and that was a very, very good toss to win. So any captain who would have won the toss would have definitely elected to field, and that was precisely what the hosts England did. England went on to insert the South Africans in, and that decision was, I mean, there's nothing to say justified as it's a muggy morning. The ball was going to move about, and that's what precisely the English bowlers did. James Anderson, I mean, just if you look at the South African innings, it was a real procession there. It all started with Ingram, the first wicket to go in the very first over. A lot of fan joys for the English fans at the Kennington Oval in London. James Anderson got a ball, one to come back, and he trapped Colin Ingram LBW for a duck. So that was the first wicket to go. Colin Ingram occupied 5 balls for his duck, and he was gone. And the second wicket was a major wicket that England could have hoped for. Today, one thing I would like to say here, that South Africa definitely missed Dale Steyn, because when you have a low target like 175, Dale Steyn would have really bustled in with those 10 overs, but unfortunately Dale Steyn was a big missing factor. But there are no excuses for the performance that South Africa put today. Hashim Amla was the next man to go, which was the big wicket that England got. But what England did, as I said yesterday in my a brief review, that Stephen Finn should be included, and that was precisely the case today. Graham Swan was not there. James Treadwell played today, but Stephen Finn was there in the mix, and Stephen Finn made it count. While he came in place of Tim Breslin, I thought was the right choice, and Finn got a very important wicket, I thought, of Hashim Amla, who was caught by Butler. He was looking a bit tentative outside the off stump, and Butler behind the stumps did the rest, catching him off the bowling of Finn for 1 of 3 balls, which made the score 4 for 2. And Butler had a great day behind the stumps. In fact, he picked up 6 catches behind the stump. We all know what a nice batsman Butler is, and what an innovative batsman he is. But today he showed some great wicket-keeping skills to pick up some sharp catches behind the stumps. So Hashim Amla was a walker for 1, and then there was a brief resuscitation in the innings with a partnership between Peterson and Faf du Plessis. Actually, you know, as not setting matters right, but definitely trying to repair the early losses. But it went only as far as 45 is concerned, when Anderson got Robin Peterson with a ball which trapped him on the pad, and up went the umpire's finger. Robin Peterson, after making a very good 30 of 41 balls with 4 fours, was walking to the pavilion. 45 for 3 in the 11th over, South Africa. After that, slowly South Africa, with the help of Faf du Plessis and AB de Villiers, reached the 50 mark. But let me tell you, one of the atrocious shots played in a semi-final by the South African captain himself. Looking at the score when they were 50 for 3, that was absolutely an atrocious shot played by AB de Villiers, the captain of South Africa, as he actually had a wild swing. In fact, he wildly tried to play a ball which was really going a bit wide outside the off stump, and there was no point for AB de Villiers to go and fish at the delivery, which he definitely did. And well, the result was what England expected. Butler behind the stumps taking the catch of the bowling of Stuart Broad, and AB de Villiers was walking after making a duck after occupying 9 balls. So that really added to the problems of South Africa, which was looking absolutely shaky at 50 for 4. After that, more trouble as James Treadwell was brought into the attack. And what a job James Treadwell did. James Treadwell came in, flighted the ball well, and his figures would definitely reflect that, as he had figures of 7 overs 1 maiden, 3 for 19, and he picked up the man of the match award in a semi-final. What a man of the match award. How proud he would be to take the man of the match award in a semi-finals of an ICC Champions Trophy, which is played on the home turf of England. What a proud moment for James Treadwell. I thought he thoroughly deserved it, because first the pace bowlers were the ones who really gave the breakthroughs and started breaking the back of the South African batting order. But here came James Treadwell, flighting the ball very well and picking up the wickets. The first to go was J.P. Duminy. J.P. Duminy chopped onto his stumps of the bowling of Treadwell for 3 of 11 balls. So that made it 63 for 5, and then Faf du Plessis, after playing a decent knock of 26 of 39 balls, was a victim of Treadwell. Butler once again coming to the picture as he caught the ball of the bowling of Treadwell. Faf du Plessis was gone for 26, which made the score 70 for 6, and Ryan McLaren was out in it was absolutely a bizarre dismissal. In fact, Treadwell was the bowler. McLaren was trying to turn him on the onside, and he had left the crease, and the ball had went to first slip. But Jonathan Trott, absolutely, as soon as he got the ball, immediately threw the ball at the stumps, bullseye, and that was over. Ryan McLaren was out of the ground, and he was walking round Trott, so it was absolutely adding to the problems of South Africa, which made it 76 for 7 in the 21st over. And when Chris Morris was out, caught by Butler once again of the bowling of Treadwell for 3 of 6 balls, that was a very, very sorry situation for South Africa in a semi-final, already known as chokers, but here they were choking even they have started choking even before actually getting their innings into full tilt, and the score was reading a very abysmal 80 for 8. And after that, it was Rory Cleanville to join David Miller. And only one thing I would say here, that South Africa owe a big thanks to that partnership between David Miller and Rory Cleanville, which added a valuable 95 runs. Yes, it was of no avail, but what it did is it really stretched the innings, and at least South Africa had something to bowl at the Englishmen in a semi-final. Otherwise, it would have been absolute humiliation for South Africa. That humiliation was saved by David Miller, who cracked 56 of 51 balls with 5 fours and 2 sixes. And as soon as Rory Cleanville came onto the crease, David Miller decided to go for the batting power play, which was in the 23rd over itself. And well, they cracked some runs there. In fact, David Miller hit one very, very good 6 of the bowling of Broad, really stunned Broad when he came down and just smacked him on the offside for a 6 over point. And then it was Cleanville also hitting a 6, and both of them, as I said, they really brought a position of respectability to the South African total, which was looking at in tatters at 80 for 8. And finally, they had reached 175 with David Miller an unbeaten 56 of 51 balls with 5 fours and 2 sixes. And Cleanville, after making a very good 43, giving admirable support to David Miller, making 43 of 61 balls with 4 fours and 1 6, was gone. And that was the time Broad came in and picked up the last 2 wickets of 2 consecutive balls. In fact, it was frustrating the Englishmen, no end, no doubt about it. And I thought that England's captaincy of Alistair Cook was a bit wanting at that stage, because at 80 for 8, when he had a spinner bowling, he didn't have any close fielders. He didn't have a forward short leg or something like that to really, really put the pressure and not allow England off the hook. I thought Alistair Cook, the English captain, probably allowed South Africans a bit off the hook, and that was the precise reason they could actually get on to the score of 175. But not taking any credit away from this David Miller and Cleanville 9th wicket partnership of 95 runs for the 9th wicket. If only some of the batsmen from South Africa would have just held on, they could have really put probably 250 on the board. But well, ifs are ifs and buts are buts. This is what the scenario was. After that, Broad quickly wrapped it up with first breaking the partnership by taking Cleanville's wicket caught by Butler for 43, 61 balls, 4 fours and 1 6. So Tsobe was out the very next delivery as he came in and walked back to the pavilion, caught Butler, bowled Broad, as I said, Butler picking up 6 catches in this, and I'm sure this is his best one. I'm sure it's close to some record in the ICC Champions Trophy. Well, Anderson absolutely on the money, gave the early breakthroughs. 8 overs, 1 minute, 2 for 14. As I said, the pitch, the conditions are absolutely conducive for the Englishmen. The swing bowlers really moved the ball both ways, especially Anderson. Stephen Finn also bowled well. 8 overs, 1 minute, 145. Brought 8.4 overs, no made, and 50 runs and 3 wickets. It came for some bit of trap from Cleanwilt and David Miller towards the end of the innings. Treadwell absolutely fantastic figures in a semi-final. 7 overs, 1 maiden, 19 runs and 3 wickets, getting the man of the match award. Truly deserved it. Joe Root 3 overs, none for 22 for him. And Bopara 4 overs, no maiden, none for 19. So South Africa finishing off 175 all out. Now 175 all out was a very small score, but South Africa had to bowl well. Well, I would say definitely they definitely got 2 quick wickets. They sent the openers back into the pavilion pretty quickly. The first to go was Alistair Cook, as he was caught behind by De Villiers of the bowling of Chris Morris. I thought he bowled with lots of pace and venom. And he got that wicket of Alistair Cook, so he gave them the breakthrough that was precisely needed. 6 of 21 balls. Alistair Cook, a bit of a struggle there. As far as Ian Bell was concerned, Bell had reached 20 of 30 deliveries with 2 fours when Cleanwilt gave them their second wicket, as he got Ian Bell was also caught behind by De Villiers of the bowling of Cleanwilt for 20, and so that made the score at 41 for 2, and it looked like South Africa was starting their fight against England, defending the 175. But everything was put to rest by a partnership between Jonathan Trott, who looked absolutely supreme in his timing. He was driving the ball so crisply, he was working the ball off his legs superbly, and his timing was absolutely impeccable. That would be reflected in his unbeaten 82. It was the winning knock, not out on 82 of 84 balls with 11 fours and no sixes, as you know. 11 fours, but those 11 fours were absolutely a treat to watch. As I said, superb timing, immaculate placement, and you say everything was right about what Jonathan Trott did. Perfect cricketing strokes, orthodox cricketing strokes, and Joe Root also gave him very good company in that partnership, which added 105 runs, which was the winning partnership, with Joe Root just accumulating runs but also hitting some very nice boundaries, and he also was pretty impressive with his knock of 48 of 71 balls with 7 fours. So just 2 short of his 50. Dumini actually got a ball which clean bowled Joe Root. Joe Root actually trying to play a scoop shot over his shoulder was gone. It was a paddle sweep that he attempted, and he was gone. Clean bowled by Dumini for 48 of 71 balls with 7 fours. It made the score 146 for 3. But England were absolutely on course, and yes, they definitely did that, with Ian Morgan remaining not out on 15 of 19 balls with 2 fours. Jonathan Trott had an unbeaten, I would say a very, very sweet 82 to his name, of 84 deliveries, 11 fours. And what was good about Trott's innings today, it was a very, very busy innings. He was keeping the scoreboard moving, he was hitting the boundaries, so it was, I would say, he typically played in a one-day mode. 82 of 84 balls, 11 fours. The bowling, Morris, as I said, bowled with lots of pace and venom. 8 overs, 1 made, 1 for 38 for him, but the score was pretty small for South Africa to defend. Peterson 9.3 overs, 1 made, none for 49. Dumini 5 overs for 27. Sotsobe 5 overs, no made, none for 26. Cleanwilt 4 overs for 1 for 10. Ryan McLaren 6 overs, none made, none for 25. Treadwell man of the match. Now, one thing I would like to say, so England have confirmed their place. England are into the finals on Sunday, which is going to happen of the ICC Champions Trophy 2013. As you know, this is the last Champions Trophy tournament played in the history of cricket. So England would definitely be wanting to actually defeat the opposition, whosoever comes tomorrow, because tomorrow is the clash which will decide who will be taking on England on in the ICC Champions Trophy final, which will be coming up this Sunday. And India will be clashing against Sri Lanka tomorrow. And let me tell you one thing, in the warm-up matches, well, India won the match against Sri Lanka, but that was only a warm-up match. Sri Lanka peaking at the right time. Kumar Sangakkara and Mahela Jayawardene are in great form, and that is great news for them. As far as India is concerned, India is looking strong in all the 3 departments of the game, but Sri Lanka would remember that they lost to India in the World Cup 2011 final, and they would like to give it to them. And whether Sri Lanka can take sweet revenge, or whether India is going to win it, and India comes into the final against England on Sunday, and well, that will be a great event, because host England against India, or whether it is going to be host England against Sri Lanka, one does not know. One has to wait for the outcome tomorrow. But I thought tomorrow is a cracker of a game between India and Sri Lanka. I thought both the teams are absolutely well matched in all the departments, but I thought that India have a slight edge only in the fielding department, in the sense that fielding has really perked up. Batting and bowling is something that it's already there, but this particular tournament, I thought the fielding has really gone up a notch. So that would be something which India would be absolutely proud of, and I thought that India might have a slight edge, not a big edge, but the slightest of edges, I would say. But I think Sri Lanka are not going to be, Sri Lanka is also absolutely well matched. It's not going to be easy for either teams. I would only say, may the best team win. Well, dear fans, friends and subscribers, on this particular note, your host Ram is ending the cricket show for today, but promising you I'll be back once again with the semi-final report between India and Sri Lanka, which will be played tomorrow. Until then, it's goodbye.